Square Enix recently released some new information about Harvestella, and you know I have to cover it, so here we go. Hey everyone, it's Ashley, the other half of Radiant Gaming. So we all know Square Enix's new Farm Life Sim releases on November 4th, 2022. With the release date being so close, we only had one blog post and one trailer to get all of our information from, but thankfully Square Enix blessed us with some more information. One of the things we know about Harvestella is that you will have towns that show a different season, each in its own beautiful way, depending on the seas light nearby. In this new blog, we're introduced to Nemea, the town of spring. This town is absolutely gorgeous with flowers blooming all year round. It looks super clean with white buildings everywhere and even has waterways flowing throughout the town. The cherry blossoms floating through the air definitely give me springtime Animal Crossing vibes, and I love that. And at nighttime, the town is just as beautiful with the blue hour hue running throughout. But even though the town is gorgeous and looks so peaceful, there is trouble brewing in Nemea. The blog mentions a giant egg appearing on the top of the spring sea slide. This egg has been causing unfamiliar monsters to fly into Nemea and attack the residents. I'm guessing this will be one of the first story sequences in Harvestella, as the blog goes on to talk about heading there with Aesol to investigate what's happening in Nemea. We also got introduced to a new character named Asina. She is a teacher who lives in the town orphanage with the children in a town of Nemea. Her character looks to be some sort of sword class to me, but I'd love to know what you all think in the comments below because I cannot decide what I think she is. Based on the photos we see of her dialogue, she apparently has a pretty dark past, so I'm sure we'll help her see through that during the main story, but also through the character stories. Which brings us into talking about the socializing aspect of the game. We get to learn more about the character stories. Here's exactly what the blog post has to say about that. Characters that join you in battle as allies and other important characters each has their own character story. As you progress through the character stories, you learn more about each character's thoughts and feelings, and your closeness to them will increase. This grants a range of benefits in combat, and you may even receive rewards. The fact that you gain benefits in combat when you level up your friendship is amazing to me. I think that's so unique, and I'm so excited to see what happens as you level up your friendship and even max out your friendship. Maybe possibly you get a special attack when you max out your friendship. I'm honestly really curious to find out. Coming from combat, the classes we know so far are Fighter, Mage, Shadow Walker, and now Skylancer. This is a job that uses a spear and is definitely a Dragoon type class, which is my favorite. From what I have read, it's very useful in facing multiple enemies, so hopefully that means it has a lot of AoE attacks. It has been confirmed that you unlock new classes by recruiting characters that have the classes that you want. And then, guess what we get? We get fishing. Fishing is another way we can spend 1,000,000 hours playing Harvestella, and here are some details about that. So you'll obtain a fishing rod sometime during the story, and you can either use these to ship or you can use them to cook. You can catch different fish in different locations and possibly catch different fish during different weather patterns. Upgrading your fishing rod also lets you catch more rare fish, and apparently you can catch things other than fish, but they weren't specified. They do sound rare, so that's really fun. One last thing that was mentioned was the new spring crops. These are including Nemean tomato, wispy peach, cucumber, and straw buddies. And a secret crop they didn't mention but showed in a shipping photo, lantern pumpkin, that you can use to make meals with. Those 4 new meals that were announced were Nemea bolognese, peach rose mousse, zucchini and mint sandwiches, and strawberry shortcake. Honestly, looking at these photos, like every single time it makes me so hungry, especially the strawberry shortcake one. They make the food look so good in this game. One of the photos I found on the blog even shows your character turning wheat into flour through a machine, which is a good thing because that confirms we do have machines to craft with in Harvestella. I'll definitely keep you all updated on everything I find out about Harvestella, so definitely hit that sub button if you want to hear more. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day and God bless.